Hello, hello. Do you remember when we talked before about sign language and said it was like a tree? It had different parts: the trunk, the branches, the leaves. And all of that together represents a language, right? But how exactly? Earlier, we explained that the first part was the trunk, correct? And that trunk symbolized something very important: facial expression. Why is that? Well, for example, I've spent many years watching sign language and communicating with deaf people from different places. But maybe you're just starting out. So, when you watch, what do you focus on? Now, let's look at a frame. Most likely, when you see signs, you only notice this small frame. You focus specifically on the hands. But as weeks and months go by, your vision will expand. That frame will keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you'll eventually get a broader picture. But when you first start, like we said, your attention is only on the signs. And of course, that's normal. With time, however, you'll see the whole picture and realize that facial expression is extremely important. Do you remember the tree we talked about where the trunk represented facial expression? Well, we can divide facial expression into two parts. The first one is the eyebrows and the eyes. The second is the nose and the mouth. In this video, we'll focus on the eyebrows and the eyes because they are extremely important. Why? Think about this. Do you remember when you were little? A small child. Your mom gave you a certain look and you immediately knew what it meant. You knew there would be trouble afterwards, right? Do you remember? Well, in sign language, it's the same thing when you observe. How that is work? Let's look at an example. If we zoom in, my eyes can show confidence, joy, anger, surprise, fear, maybe a bit of doubt, distrust, or even a stronger fear, up to the point of looking downright evil, right? Did you notice? My eyes keep changing. Just the eyes and eyebrows. This can help you so that when you sign, you do it better. But remember, sign language must always go hand in hand with the expression of the eyes and eyebrows. It has to be that way. Did you see how important facial expression is? You must use it. You can't keep a poker face while signing because if you do, people won't understand what you are saying. You must use your facial expression. Let's look at another example. The sign for couple or boyfriend, girlfriend. We all understand what it means. But if, for example, with a female friend, I joke and say, "That guy over there, oh, that's your boyfriend, ha 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 ha, he's your boyfriend." Here I am teasing. See how my facial expression changed? Or maybe I say, "Hey, is he really your boyfriend?" With a look of doubt or disbelief. Another possibility. Hey, is that your boyfriend? Him? As if I am belittling him a bit. See, my face changed the meaning of the sign. Now, with surprise. He's your boyfriend? Oh! You see, it's like I am looking for gossip. For example, that's your boyfriend? Wow, not a good one. Here I'm belittling him again. Or affirming with certainty they are a couple. He and she are together. There are many ways to do it. My facial expression is what changes the meaning. That way, when the other person sees me, they can understand, oh, it's a joke, or oh, it's serious, or they might even feel offended. It all depends, right? The signs was always the same. I repeated it exactly. What changes was my face. That's what makes the difference. Facial expression. If you only use signs, communication can be fairly normal. But if you add facial expression, communication becomes what it should be complete. That way, I can express my feelings correctly and effectively. So, we've seen that the eyebrows and eyes are important for expressing our feelings, right? Facial expression. But they can also help us with something else. Let's zoom in. If I fix my eyes on one point and start moving them, I can create the sensation of movement, even movement of my whole body. If you look at this image, I seem to be moving forward, even though my body is still in the same place. My eyes, along with the expressions of the eyebrows, helped me keep the impression of distance and depth, as if I were actually walking, taking steps, just with my gaze. So the eyes help me show depth or distance. And also, when there's something very large, by looking up or down, I can convey the idea of dimension. See? Distance or dimension, only with the eyes. So we understand that all of this comes from the expression of the eyebrows and the eyes. They help me. Another example, but here you have to pay close attention. Watch carefully. Did you see it? The facial expression was what communicated the message. There were almost no signs, but with facial expression, the message was easy to grasp. And you too, when you want to express a message or an emotion, you need to use facial expression. Or if there are concepts in Albanian, Spanish, or English, you can express it precisely through your face. With signs alone, I can reach part of my goal. But if I want to it completely, I need to synchronize my hands with my face in order to truly communicate well in sign language.